Hey, everybody, Pastor Coleman here. Listen, I just want to take a few moments and have a brief conversation with you. Normally, when I go on vacation and come back, I am completely refreshed and ready to go. Like my batteries are totally recharged and I'm ready to hit it with full steam ahead. Um, Earlier this year, when I went to Mexico, me and Dee, to celebrate our 29th wedding anniversary, we had a wonderful time. We enjoyed each other. We celebrated our great day. But when I came back, I had nothing. There was no great insight into any new sermon series I needed to do. There was no bright ideas of things that we needed to try. There was nothing slick and pithy that we could say or roll out. I had nothing, and immediately I began to wonder why. Why didn't God do what He normally does, and why didn't God give me what He normally gives me when I go on vacation? And I can say this, that God did not give me anything. I can say that, but I can say that God showed me something. He showed me something. See, I don't have a sermon series because the sermon series is not what we needed. I don't have a new slick idea because a new slick idea is not what we not it's not what we need. What I do have though is a direction. God has given me a direction. Um, and one of the things I've learned is this: we're in an unprecedented time. And whether we know it or not, whether we recognize it or not, things have changed. And I mean, everything has changed. Everyone is rushing to get back to normal. But I have news for us. Normal is not there anymore. And so rushing back, so literally we're rushing back to a place that no longer exists. And this is my fear for the church, that the church is excited to go back to what we used to do, and God isn't where He used to be. And so I want to make sure that due to the changes that God knew we needed, um, that we adjust ourselves to be on God's plan and schedule rather than expecting God to adjust His plans and schedule to be on ours. You see, the nature of church has pivoted, and we as the church, we need to make the pivot. The reality is we follow Christ. He doesn't follow us. And what I don't want to happen is I don't want us to have followed Him in a particular direction, going down a particular road. God makes a hard right turn and we miss the change and keep going, doing what we've been doing, going in the direction where God is not, all the while saying that we're following God. You see, the word that pops in my head that I haven't been able to shake the whole time since May, the word that's stuck in my head is transformation. Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2 says, I beg you, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as living sacrifices to the Lord, which is your reasonable service of worship. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may know what the will of the Lord is, that which is good, holy, and perfect. See, transform. That's the word that's been stuck in my head. Transform. That's the word that I can't shake. Transform. That is the word that I haven't been able to forget, because I think transformation is the key. I really do. I think it is the key. You see, we just finished a sermon series called Starting Over, where we outline the steps to properly start over in life, which a lot of people need to do at this point. And if you were paying attention, Starting over was really about transforming how we think and therefore transforming how we behave. You see, this is what makes our round two, as I said popularly in that series, this is what makes our round two better than our round one. Now, here's what you need to realize: what you see as a sermon series is actually what God has shown me as one message to be preached the rest of the year. You missed it. I give it to you again. What we're going to see as sermon series is really what God has shown me as one message. It's probably the world's longest sermon. It's one message that I am assigned to preach from May all the way until December. And it will sound like different sermon series. We'll put titles on them, we'll advertise them as different sermon series, but they're actually the same sermon preached all year long. It's a continuation of the exact same message. And this is the pivot that we need to be able to keep up with God. You see, we cannot be the same people doing the same things, thinking the same way, and be effective as the Church of Jesus Christ. Each series coming it'll seem like a new series to us, but it's the same series, just continued. And so with that, starting this Sunday, we're going to start a new sermon series, hint, hint, called Choices. We're going to learn how to make better choices in life so we can end up with fewer regrets, fewer things to repent of, and fewer things to apologize for. If that sounds great to you, good, I'm happy. And so I'm going to ask you that you would make the choice and not miss it, and make the choice to invite someone to tune in with you. So think of persons who you know routinely make bad choices. Think of people whose life is filled with regrets. Think of people who you want to help because you see them currently on a wrong road and heading for destruction. I want you to put those people in your mind, and I want you to make a choice to go after them with relentless in a relentless way. I want you to go after them and invite them, show up to their homes, invite them to yours, and turn this sermon series into a watch party at your house or a small group or whatever it is. You do not want to miss this series. This is your time to evangelize. It's your time to become selfless and think about others. Let's love people that God has placed in our lives. And here's how you do it: invite them to something that could quite possibly save them from making some of the greatest mistakes that they will make in their lives, costing them years of regret. Now, listen, I will bring you more information about what I see as changes and pivots as we move through this next series. So, guess what? I will see you on Sunday. God bless you. I love you. Bye-bye.